Hi, everyone. I am back with a new episode on the Untold season. Yes, I changed my name again, and I'm thinking we're going to stay with this one. So, welcome back to the Untold season podcast with Heather Gabrielle. And I am really excited for today's guest. He is a college athlete who plays for the Charlotte 49ers. He is a quarterback and it's just an all around amazing athlete and person. So please give a warm welcome to Conner Harrell. And yeah, hope you guys enjoy this episode, and I'll see you in the next one. Yay, I'm so excited to have you.
Glad to be here. Glad to be here.
Yeah, so what's been going on?
Nothing much. We start spring ball next week, start on Tuesday, so I'm excited for that. I'll be limited, of course, because of my knee. So I've just been doing as much therapy as possible, get back healthy. Doing a lot of school, getting my degree this semester, so that's exciting. Throwing pro day on Thursday with
Okay.
some of the receivers and running backs, so been working at that really hard, and really excited for that. So other than that, man, just enjoying Charlotte, staying prayed up and living.
Yeah, so you said spring workouts are starting next week or they already started?
Spring practice. So we've been doing winter workouts. They've been killing us, all that good
Uh,
stuff. Yeah, and we start. Yeah, it's spring ball. I think we have 15 practices and spread out over like 2 months.
yeah, okay. Well,
Hmm.
like you're really busy
Yeah.
practicing. So you're from Alabaster, right?
Hmm.
So what was it like growing up in Alabaster?
Definitely the South. I enjoyed it though. I don't think it's too different from Charlotte. I went to like a bigger high school in Alabama, and football is like everything there. So if you weren't an Alabama or Auburn fan, you were weird. So that was interesting growing up in Alabama.
Yeah.
But I loved Alabaster. I always loved going back home with my parents, and luckily I have great facilities, high school facilities. I can go back see my coaches and work out there. So I enjoy that. But I definitely say at Alabaster, all that's centered around football, which is really good for me and all the guys we have coming out of the school.
Yeah, so you're a Bama boy, and I'm located in Alabama right now. So,
Okay,
Tuscaloosa.
nice. There you
So,
go.
are you, Tigers or Roll Tide?
I was Roll Tide growing up.
There you go. That's
I
right.
was
Because
Roll Tide.
okay,
Yeah, I got some family at Tuscaloosa, a bunch of friends, of course. So great school.
that's where it's at, for sure.
Where's that?
Yeah, so speaking of football, was there a particular moment or a person that first drew you to the game?
My I have two older brothers, and I would say before a famous player or anybody drew me to the game, like I was playing in the yard with my brothers, like just playing every sport. And my dad just kind of asked me one day, "You want to play?" I was like, "Yeah." And I would say like just my family kind of brought it to me before anybody like anybody else. But when I was younger, I remember watching like Tim Tebow and Cam Newton in college, those players, and then getting a little older, watching like Jalen Hurts and the Tua, Alabama, Mark Ingram, those guys. Because I didn't have an NFL team, so I wasn't super into NFL football until I got older. But watching Alabama football growing up, it was always fun. So
Yeah, I love college ball. So, after your time with the North Carolina Tar Heels,
mhm.
what made you go to Charlotte 49ers?
Yeah, I really enjoyed my time at Chapel Hill. It's a great school. Um, Charlotte, they reached out to me. Some stuff happened. Head coach left at Chapel Hill. Coach Matt Brown left. So I was looking for a new spot. There's a lot of change going on. Looking around, and Charlotte had a great coach staff. Coach Albin just came from Ohio, just won the MAC, American Conference, really competitive conference. Had a lot of teams that had a chance to be in the playoffs this year. It was a really stacked conference. I think there's a lot of opportunity in Charlotte. I also love the city. It's a great city. I came on a visit and fell in love. So I've been here for a year and 3 months now, and I've really enjoyed my time. Just enjoyed the decision. So excited for what can come this year. So
Yeah, so what's it like being a part of that kind of organization and representing that team?
yeah, it's definitely a rebuild. We had like 70 new players, I think, last year on our team, so it was complete turnover. I think it's fun being a part of something that there's a lot of ability to have a lot of firsts. I guess we can be the first team to I think win a bowl game, or if first team to do this and that, and be a part of a real rebuild, be a part of what makes Charlotte football great for years to come. I think that's really exciting.
Yeah, so with football, you're around your teammates more than your family most of the time. So
Yeah.
describe like, the energy among the players and the relationship.
Yeah, I absolutely love creating new relationships with the players, and I think that's a big part of having a good team. Um, yeah, just how much we're around each other, we get closer, and you get to know people, and you're always trying to put in extra work and prove yourself. But um, we actually just got done today. We're doing this like team activity thing to if you go to where the team is split up to like 10 teams with the leaders on each teams or whatever, and you get points by like getting academic of the week, winning a shuttle or run, or like going to a community service or going to another team's game. And we just did a bunch of that stuff today. So me and 9 other guys were just out on campus for like 2 hours trying to rack up points for our team. So that was fun. We're getting closer.
Yeah,
So I really enjoyed that. But I mean, you create relationships that are life lasting. And I have friends that I mean, I was at a wedding last year from one of my teammates. I'll be in a wedding this year from one of my teammates, and I'm sure there'll be more to come. So you create lifelong relationships through the sport. So
of course. So it was like a team bonding exercise.
yeah, it's meant to team bond for sure
Yeah,
and create.
I know there was like a lot of different personalities that came out when people are competitive. So you're like, oh, okay,
Yeah,
side of you. I didn't realize you had this side of you. Okay.
yeah,
Yeah, that could be fun. But, as a quarterback, there's a lot of responsibility when it comes to that role. How have you been able to handle the pressure that comes with being a quarterback?
yeah. I always say pressure is a privilege. There's certain things that I want out of life. If I want to be in the NFL or if I want to, do great things, whatever that may mean to you, then I have to take certain things on with it. I can't have one without the other. So I understand that there's certain pressures, certain responsibilities that come with being the quarterback and getting these things. And I take on full responsibility, and I love it. Like I love kind of let me do it. You know what I'm saying? Like let me be responsible for this. If we do bad, it's on me, and if we do good, I think you get that respect from the team when they know how hard you work and they know like what type of person you are. So, um, but yeah.
Absolutely. Is there um, NFL player or any type of athlete that you try to, I guess, develop your game after?
Yeah, I feel like I'm kind of a mix of different quarterbacks. Jaden Daniels is a really that's probably like the closest right now that I'd say. I grew up, so I trained with Talia, talking about little Talia's younger brother in high school. He went to my high school. So like since eighth grade, I've been training with him. Every time I go back home, I still train with him. So I always love watching Tua. I know we don't have the exact same game, and he's a lefty, all that stuff. But I love watching him throw the ball, and he's even closer to Alabama now. So hopefully I'll get to see him some
Oh,
at Dawkins. I love watching him play. It's fun watching Drake play. I was with him for a couple of years. He knows how to play the game really well. Great, awesome guy, hard worker. Uh, so those are a couple of guys I like. I'm trying to think of somebody else. Jalen Hurts is up there. Like guys that kind of resemble my game a little bit.
yeah, those are good players.
Mhm.
So, what is something people don't know about you outside of being a football player?
Um, I'm really really good at office trivia.
Okay.
Like The Office, one of my favorite shows. It's absolutely great show. See, I'm a Christian. I love Jesus. He has brought me through a lot in my life, and
Amen.
I try to make that known as possible. I don't want to hide that, but just in case, that always every time I get an opportunity to say it, that's what I want to say. I love music. I'm teaching myself the guitar right now, so some stuff. What else? Started playing chess a little bit. I'm not great yet, just to get my elo up, but. Chess
Okay.
is really fun.
You're working on
Love.
chess. I'm working on checkers.
Yeah, yeah. I'm a huge Marvel fan. Like me and my family used to always go watch the Marvel. I've seen everyone up to Endgame and most of them after falling off a little bit because it's gotten a little different. But a huge Marvel fan. Yeah.
Oh, that's fun. So, Marvel, I could never get into Marvel at all.
Really?
I tried,
Wow.
I did, Connor, and I don't know. I couldn't get
I don't know. That's crazy.
it. I could not get into Marvel for nothing. I was like,
I feel like, personal opinion, I think it's the best cinema of this century. Like,
really?
I'll go that far to say like Endgame, Infinity War, like two of the best movies. Like,
You know, I was a junior when that movie came out in high school, and I remember a lot of my classmates talking about it, and they were like, "Don't tell me the ending." They were very passionate about it. Like that was all they talked about. And so these two guys went to go see it, and they spoiled it, and they're like, "Oh my gosh, why would you do
I'd be
that?"
sick. That's like one of my pet peeves. If
Yeah,
somebody, even if somebody's even teasing spoiling like a movie like that to me, like we're not.
yeah. So I was lost. I was like, it's just looking at it, and they're just like arguing back and forth, and I'm like, okay. So yeah, that's my experience with a little bit of Marvel.
Yeah. Are there any TV shows or movies that you love that you would die on the hill and this is one of the greatest or anything like that?
Yeah, so I love a good crime show. I love
Okay.
documentaries, um, which is very funny because I used to be a really big scaredy cat. Anything would scare me, but now like I love watching crime documentaries. This I the storytelling gets me.
Yeah.
So yeah, I love something like that. And then on the happy side, I recently have been having Blackish, the show, as my background noise.
Okay.
So I've been watching that.
I've seen a lot of Blackish. That's another thing me and my family used to watch. And you can follow it up with Grownish too. I don't know if you know that they made
Yeah,
like
yeah,
a
yeah.
yeah, it's really good.
Let me see. I don't know. I think I've been watching just a lot of I've been also doing a lot of schoolwork as well. I'm getting my master's, so school
Okay.
has been taking all my time and work. So yeah,
Yeah,
I've been doing all that.
definitely understand. Where'd you get your undergrad from?
From Alabama.
Okay, Alex. So you getting your master's and from Alabama. Nice.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. So, yeah, hard work, but
Yeah,
I I'm pushing through.
there you go. I love it.
Yeah. If you could give your freshman self one piece of advice, what would it be?
Oh man, that's a great question. I wasn't going back to the faith thing. I wasn't where I wanted to be in faith, so I would go back and tell myself to lay that foundation first. You know, there's a lot of gonna be a lot of ups and downs no matter what, but that foundation is the most important. It won't keep you from a lot of heartache, but you know you'll never feel alone or anything like that, and you'll know who your savior is. Secondly, I would say like the fear of missing out thing, like the whole wanting to go. I mean, I understand experience and stuff, but there's a very short time period for college football, and if you really do love it, I'm not saying I was crazy or anything by any means, but like I said, there's a short time period to get where you want to be in football. So I would say lock in even more than you did before.
Yeah.
Doesn't guarantee any different outcomes, but you can know that like hey, like you didn't leave anything on the table. So,
Yeah.
but also part of it is just living and learning that stuff. So I'm still young and still learning. So
Yeah. That's a good piece of advice. You have any opponents you're looking forward playing this season?
we play at Ole Miss this year, so
Okay.
that'll be really fun.
Ole
Yeah,
Miss?
yeah, we play App State again at App State, and I went there my freshman year when I was at Chapel Hill, and they had a great environment, great team. So I'm looking forward to playing them. Always the rivals ECU, looking forward to playing them. They had a great stadium last year, and they had a really good team. They've built something really good, so they'll be a really good opponent. Um, yeah, there's a lot of teams, but those just off the top of my head,
Yeah.
I
So,
know we play Temple in the Eagle Stadium, so that'll be cool.
okay.
Yeah.
Okay. So the biggest life lessons that football has taught you that you carry through any day of your life? Like, any advice that football is like, "Oh, I gathered this from football, I can take this with me through life now." Anything?
Oh, perseverance,
Ah,
100%.
yeah.
There's been like there's no shortage of challenges when it comes to playing football, especially playing the position at quarterback. You're gonna fail. It's a game of failure. You're gonna fail every day. You have to be okay with failure. You have to be okay with getting feedback, and constantly trying to become a little bit better every day. Constantly trying to cut those mistakes down and take the failure and use it for your good. I think that is something that will carry on when I have kids and I'm doing something. And, hey, that didn't work, but not getting down on myself. Just understanding that's all part of the process. It's an invaluable lesson from football. So
Yeah. And so my last question is, what should the Charlotte 49ers fans be excited about this season?
yeah, I think Charlotte 49ers should be extremely excited about what we have and what we're building. Um, One thing, like I just said, is you learn from failure. That's what our coaching staff preaches. And we didn't have a great season last year. And I think instead of getting down on each other, I never once saw anyone on the coaching staff get down. All of the guys that we retained, we're extremely excited about wanting to learn from what happened last year and make it better. And so I think the mindset that we're going at this year is learning from our mistakes, not doing the same thing, and letting the failure fuel us for the future. So should be excited.
Yeah. Well, thank you so much, Connor, for joining me. I hope you had a good time.
Yep, I did.
Yeah.